and I can actually talk in this practicing talking show. Because Wednesday's 360, Thursdays is reading books, and Friday is idealism. And like last week, that idealism thing kind of freaked me out a bit. Like, it's really hard to integrate what they're saying. I wonder if there's truth to it. I wonder if the methane could get vacuumed up somehow. So before it goes in the atmosphere, it could be captured and processed. But I don't know. And isn't it someone else's job at this point? Like, I made a blog about it. That may matter a bit. And maybe someone will tell someone. But I'm getting really no hits at all. Like, I've been on YouTube a week now, and I get like 45 hits a show. It's a pretty non-event, but I suppose I just keep going. Because once I've done 100 shows on YouTube, that's where I can pay attention to that stuff. But I don't know, it's a totally different game than it used to be. It's like, I used to be relevant, but now kind of old and irrelevant. But maybe, I don't know, it's like the web is still a place where kind of smart people exist. That's a good thing. Yeah, probably I should introduce myself a bit to the people on YouTube. Excuse me. My name's Bill Meikle. And my website is VeraHomeWaters.com. It's been up for 25 years now, and that probably makes it old, but such is life. I have multiple sclerosis. I've had it since 2000, so I've had it for 17 years. And like, for the first 10 years or so, I was fine. I went around the world in 2008. I have shots of that. I bought my Ladybug. It's a 360 camera. I bought it in 2008. So I was a 360 photographer for 5 years. I worked in Hollywood, and I did some shots in Malaysia. I worked there too. It was cool, but I finally ended up turning down work. You can't do that, because I get the heat. Kind of drives me crazy, and people want to shoot at the hot time of year. But it makes me quite weak sometimes. And now I'm in a wheelchair, so I'm not working anymore. But I'm a multimillionaire. You should see my place. It's quite fancy. And I built this little hovel in the back garage just to kind of settle down. And I've got nurses who come in at lunch and dinner to feed me. And yeah, well, yeah.
So this is the dried algae product. After we dry it, we grind it up into powder, and then we extract the oil out of it. That oil is then refined into diesel fuel or jet fuel. There's studies that show with algae grown to replace a large percentage of the animal feed, you could actually solve global warming to a large extent simply by doing that. Second thing is the leading cause of global water impairment is runoff from agriculture. When we grow algae, there's no runoff. All the nutrients are captured in the algae. Environmentally is for deforestation. The leading cause of deforestation is for food production. With algae producing 40 times more per acre, that means if we plant 1,000 acres of algae, that's 40,000 acres of crops that don't need to be planted. So the work here we're doing is extremely important. If every power plant had an algae farm next to it, it could potentially solve the global warming issue entirely.
In simple terms, algae is fairly easy to grow, and it's able to flourish just about anywhere, whether it be freshwater, seawater, or brackish water.
Yeah, I've known about algae for quite a few years. It's like I did a search about 10 years ago on the best biofuel crops, and like we were using corn mostly then to make ethanol. But algae was 50 times better, 40 times better, something. And it eats carbon dioxide and outputs oxygen, does exactly what we need. Yeah, that stuff on algae is quite impressive. I lost some of the most impressive stuff, but algae is really quite a thing to be looked at. It's like over the last few weeks, I've solved the greenhouse effect, or we've solved the greenhouse effect several times in several ways. Like Elon Musk kind of has a good one. Okay. Sustainable transport, that's huge. What we have right now is definitely not sustainable. Anyway, our text here. See that? Well, that's not over. I just got a text. So, I mean, I got a terrible hangover from that show on Friday. The thing about global or Arctic methane. It's quite difficult to integrate, but business as usual.